Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 681 of the DrunkNerds Podcast. I'm host, as always, I'm Tyler, and join me with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Tell you what, man. Been recovering from that upper respiratory infection that I had over the past week. I was starting to get inklings of it on Saturday and stuff, and I actually took off of work last Saturday. I actually took off work this past Tuesday as well, because it was just one of those type of things to where I was immediately coughing, meaning like I had a bunch of stuffy nose stuff. It just felt horrible because the days that I was off during the weekend was actually the 2 days and stuff to where we had like close to 90-degree weather.
Mm.
Actually, one was like 90 degrees, the other one was like maybe a little bit under and stuff, but it was hot. It was kind of a little bit kind of unbearable because of the whole aspect of being sick in the middle of that. And so doing all that stuff, but I did end up playing a couple different games from there. I downloaded a couple different things off the PlayStation Plus, like game catalog stuff I played through this past weekend, which I thought was hilarious. But other than that, though, man, I'm so fucking ready for fantasy football stuff. And not just that, but I'm also ready just to watch football and get that other stuff done. For our league, I know for Tyler and I's league and stuff, we pretty much have a couple weeks left until then. Like September 3rd is our initial draft stuff. So doing the last preparations for that on top of just checking out last minute things from like preseason games.
Yeah.
But otherwise though, I mean, it's been kind of like the same old work week. Felt weird because of the day less, but at the same time it felt nice. It felt nice because it ended in a pretty fun, actually positive Saturday. So,
Nice.
anyways, how have you been doing, Tyler?
I'm doing right. I got like a weird itch in my throat right now. And it's like that one where like it won't go away and my eyes are watery now. By the way, I'm doing okay.
Yep.
It just literally hit me as I was like doing the introductions. Figures, of course, I was fine before then. But other than that, I'm doing okay. Normal week, nothing too crazy. Otherwise, it's fucking hot. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Cool thing. Tomorrow, Saturday night, as recording this, this marks. I think it's this month. It marks the 35th anniversary of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh,
So it's like coming back in like select theaters to celebrate it. So tomorrow, me and my best friend Justin are gonna go see that. It's like go see it in theaters. It's like there's like a small like little indie theater that like I live like right next to, and they're playing it there, and we're gonna go see that. So I'm incredibly excited for it. It's like one of those movies that like defines our childhood like to this day. Like
yes.
we still quote it. It's still like a regular thing for us. So I'm excited to go see that in theaters. And I'm really sorry. It's like it just doesn't want to go away. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's like as a kid, like there's like not a lot of movies I probably watched more than the original TMNT 1 and 2. It's like that, Goonies,
So
Little
let me ask
Monsters.
you, did you see more of like one as a child or two?
Mm, I'd say as like a young kid,
Yeah.
like 4 to 6. I was probably watching 2 more. But as I got like a little, like probably a little older to like elementary school age and stuff, is probably 1. I think like 2 is like definitely more like kid centric. Like like the first one, they actually like is like a lot darker, and like they actually like cuss. I remember like I always like do the damn freak, get over here, freak, when Casey Jones calls Donatello was it Raphael, calls him a freak. Like the cussing is like it's like, or like what they do, like there's like that scene where they're like watching Tortoise and the Hare
Yeah.
a cartoon, and he's like, kick his ass, and like he's telling like he's like was it like ninja kick his ass or something like that, like to the like about the rabbit. And I'm just like I don't know. As I got older, like I definitely like even watching him like as an adult, and I go back and like I'll still watch him every now and again. And like even watching him as an adult, it's like I think I love the first one more, but as a kid, definitely like the second one was like I still love like the opening of the second one. It's still amazing when it's like Michelangelo when they're like in like a mall or something. I can't remember where they were. And like he's pushing the little like the little body thing, like the thing. He's going, yeah, 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 like shit like that. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like I'm just pumped to see this again and see it in theaters. Like it's a movie. I own it digitally, so it's like I can watch it anytime. But just like I don't know, like I'm never gonna be able to see it in theaters again. So it's like I gotta go see it in theaters.
Damn, that sounds awesome. I know
Yeah.
personally for me, I think I've only watched the first and the not so good third one and stuff like once,
Oh man.
really a piece. And I think I've watched two the most and
Yeah.
stuff. And that it's pretty much like what you were just saying though. As a kid growing up and stuff, I watched two, and pretty much the some of the things I remember from that movie is like the Toka and Razor and stuff
Yeah.
like that, the whole WrestleMania like quote and stuff like that, and also on top of that, Vanilla Ice's performance.
Oh
with Ninja
yeah.
Rap.
Yeah. Super
That's about
Kevin
it.
Nash, a Super Shredder.
Oh yeah, Kevin Nash is Super Shredder.
Yeah. The third one I remember like it's funny though, like even as a kid, like the third one, like you still like I still liked it, but it was because like it was I just loved the turtles. So it's like, but even as a kid, it's like it's like even as a kid, like this isn't as good. It's like I like Casey Jones like isn't even like the same actor. I don't even think what's the fucking the weather girl
Oh, April O'Neil.
April O'Neil, like I don't even think that was like I think actually every single one had a different April O'Neil. When I think about it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think that might be the case, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm just pumped to see it. Like it's exciting. It's like how like one like I said, it's like one of those things that like one of those movies like as a child that, like defined your childhood and like played a big part, probably just like defining my personality. In general, and it's like I said, it's like me and my buddies will still quote it and still laugh about it. It's like the same dumb quotes and things over and over again, like 1,000 times over like 30 plus years, and we still laugh about it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun as hell. I can't wait. But yeah, yeah. And then oh man, we get some fucking movie theater popcorn, Gables. Ooh wee! They got some good popcorn there. So I'm excited. I might get a little crazy and go see they're also showing Naked Gun, so I might see Naked Gun as well. I don't know yet. I heard it's really good. The trailer was very funny.
So have I.
Yeah, that's another those trilogies as the Naked Gun trilogies. Even though I didn't get a lot of the jokes as a young child, I remember still loving them. Them and Police Academy.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyways, I'm Tyler. I think the itch in my throat is finally gone. That is Gables. We are here every weekend. We get together every Saturday night. We record. Podcast goes up on Sunday morning. Now Gables is coughing here. He muted his mic at least. I don't have the mute button, unfortunately. Yeah, anyways, I think I spread it on to you. But anyways, we get together every weekend, talk about video games, everything we love about them. We're just two guys. We have full-time jobs. We just do this because we love it. We don't make money off of this. We just, like I said, we do it because we love video games. So if you guys want to support us, the best way to do that is, supporting us by liking, subscribing to us on any podcast service we are on it. Just look for us, Drunk Nerds, Drunk-Nerds. Or like us, 5-star review, leave reviews. Best thing honestly you can actually do is go to YouTube, look us up, Drunk Nerds, Drunk-Nerds on there as well. Like us, subscribe to us. We are over the 500 subscriber threshold, so we do offer a membership for just $1 a month. We don't have there's no really extra benefits, but it's just like a way of saying thank you. We don't have a Patreon or anything, so if you want to support us that way, that's probably honestly the best thing. That is actually the best thing you can do for us. It just makes us feel good inside. Even though, like I said, it's only $1, it adds up over time. And it's always saying we like what we're doing. And like I said, thumbs up, shares, all that stuff, telling your friends, family, pestering, I don't know, like Halloween's going out, maybe coming up in a couple months, maybe tell as you're like trick-or-treating and stuff, telling a joke, tell them your favorite podcasts about 2 30-something-year-olds that have full-time jobs and just talk about video games because they love them instead. So tell them Drunk Nerds sent you. That'd be kind of weird if you're like a child and you tell Drunk Nerds sent me. I think they'd be actually really confused and we'd probably be investigated. Charlotte, was that Charlie Hansen? What was his name? Would show up at our doors. I was like, take a seat, Tyler. Take a seat. The Catch a Predator guy. I can't remember his name. Anyways, Chris Hansen.
Yes,
that's
Chris
his name.
Hansen.
Yes. He'll show up at our doors. That wouldn't be great for us.
No.
That'd be very awkward. I have to do a lot of explaining to my family. It's like then they show my worst fear, Gables, honestly, I think is my family ever watch these podcasts. Here are some of the things I say on this podcast.
Just randomly.
They would not like the 9/11 jokes. Let me tell you, they would probably hate it more than you do, Gables.
Right. Yeah.
Gables is
I can understand some bit of dark humor and stuff, and I can appreciate it for what it is. Now, even I'm like, I don't know, man.
Gables 9/11 jokes still in. Anyways, Gables, can we move on, please? And Gables, yes, we can move on. Let's jump into. I mean, we're in a weird spot right now. Gamescom is coming up in just a few days, so we're in a weird spot where it's like I don't know. There's not as like we've got some details of what's going to be there, but we don't really have like a lot of like. There's like shockingly, it doesn't seem like there's like a lot of leaks or rumors. It feels like it's been that case for a while now. Like the last like they've really tightened it up as far as like leaks and rumors getting out there. It seems like. So like not a lot of talk on that, but Gables, we do have some rumors. Does not seem to be, at least that we know of, Gamescom related. But Dusk Golem, who is like a really good leaker for Capcom games, has come out and said that the next two Resident Evil remakes that are on the docket, are Code Veronica and Resident Evil Zero, and those are scheduled to come in 2027 and 2028. He says he doesn't know what order they're going to come in, but those are the next two. So Gables, I don't know, like these Resident Evils, it's been nice, like the last like, oh man, it's been almost a decade now. It's crazy since like Resident Evil 7, where we've had like a nice comeback for Resident Evil. But
Yeah, no
I don't know,
shit.
like, what I guess like how much of those games have you played, and like, are you excited to like check them out again?
Okay, so for Code Veronica, not too much. For Resident Evil Zero, I've played like little bits of it, like on the GameCube, but also on the PS5 here as well. As a matter of fact, I was playing a little bit of it this past week because I had the inkling to try to play a little bit of it. But I am not surprised because those, especially Code Veronica, that's one of the most requested remakes and stuff, barring like say what was with Resident Evil 2 remake or Resident Evil 3 remake back when and stuff. But yeah, I would actually be fairly happy if this turns out to be true because you got a lot of longtime Resident Evil fans and stuff. They love Code Veronica and stuff. Resident Evil Zero, Resident Evil Zero, from what I understand, like commercially way back when, it was a decent game. At the same time, it does have some weird like core mechanics and stuff as part of it. Like for example, the whole kind of like a tag like system you could switch between Rebecca Chambers and stuff and Billy and stuff.
Mm.
And you could use that for different types of puzzles and all this stuff. I mean, it's not as bad as say like if you're trying to play a little bit of Resident Evil 5 and like you're trying to play it just yourself without like an actual human partner or something with you playing along.
Yeah.
Because at least with that case and scenario and stuff, yes, if you give them like ammo or give them a type of things, they're just going to use it automatically. And kind of similar to that with like say Resident Evil Zero stuff. But as far as remakes are going and concerned and stuff, I would be more happy if these two were to be provided remakes because it makes it much more like accessible to not just newer players, but I mean, if I would just say allow the option to exist to where they can initially do some of these core mechanic stuff, but at the same point, if you want to try to modernize them, kind of do something similar to what you did with RE3, 4, and like 2 remake, to where they just expanded a little bit of it, made it a little bit more like controllable in terms of action, in terms of like action like styles and stuff, make them more like third person shooters like those other ones were. Other than that, though, yeah, I'd be kind of excited to try it.
Yeah, I mean, I've played through and I've beaten all the Resident Evils mainline ones, except for Zero, I guess. Zero I have not beaten in my lifetime, but like but since like like I said, 2017 when they brought back 7 and stuff, like I've been a big fan of pretty much all of them. 3 was obviously like I was higher on 3 than I think most people were. But like I didn't like I don't know, but I think I was also like I played it like a couple months after it came out, so like I don't know, I seen like the kind of the lukewarm reception to it, and I was like I liked it, but like I don't know, so maybe that kind of like changed it a little bit for like my anticipation going into it, but I still liked it. It was definitely like very short. I think it was like less than 4 hours. But I don't know, like I've been a big fan of what they've been doing. Like I've talked about like even like Resident Evil 4, like that's like one of the most important games to me like ever growing up. We talk about like like I talk about like the original Turtles movie like defining like my childhood. Like Resident Evil 4 was a big part of like my teenage years, like playing that on GameCube. Like I've told the story a million times. Like I played that game over and over again. I probably beat that game more than any other game besides maybe the original Metal Gear Solid. And like I talk about, I played through that whole game, maxed out everything, and then I beat it one last time with the Infinite Rocket Launcher. It's like even going into it, it's like that's like the stories of these like are whatever to me. It's like honestly maybe they can make them make a little more sense. And I feel like they've been kind of like cleaning up that timeline a little bit more maybe with these. So I don't know, like in Resident Evil 4, like that remake was fantastic. I thought they did a great job with like modernizing it and kind of making it like it's still goofy, but like it's not like over the top like silliness. And so I don't know, like I'm not precious with like any of these, you know, at all. Like 4 was like the one I loved, but like other than that, like I didn't have like a lot of fanfare for the rest of those. So I'm just excited to like play through because I don't think I've ever touched Code Veronica. I played a little bit of Zero back in the day on GameCube. Like I remember borrowing it from my best friend Justin, and watching him play a lot of it. Like you know, we used to go over to his house a lot and play like Smash Brothers or stuff like that. Or like we watch him play like Wind Waker or, you know, or like I remember Zero and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm excited for it to see how they clean because I know like even like Resident Evil 0 like is definitely like was never like I don't think it was it's like I don't think I don't think it's anybody's favorite Resident Evil game. So I'm hoping this is the case and yeah, I mean it would make sense because like there's not a lot of remakes left they can go outside of like 5 and 6 mainline ones. I do wonder like with Resident Evil 9, I think that's gonna be like related to like one of the characters from those co-op.
It's Resident Evil Outbreak. I think the protagonist in terms of Resident Evil Outbreak, the lady, like the lead and stuff, is actually the mother to the protagonist of Resident Evil 9.
Mm.
The reason why I know that offhand is because the streamer that I watch, Emmy Divergence, like she's been playing through like Resident Evil Outbreak in the mix of like other types of like games that she's going through and streaming. And the thing about Resident Evil Outbreak and that specific game and stuff, it is so freaking like convoluted because it literally kind of seems like, say, a rogue light in some aspects to where you can get a little bit further onto your run and stuff, but there's a meter that's constantly you have to pay attention to because it's an affection meter, and if it gets all the way to 100, you automatically die. So you have to rush through and just take items just to decrease it. So there's always a level of stress. And AI characters, this was an online game, so you were supposed to have like you were supposed to have like other people online help you in terms of that stuff. But if you play on your own, no, they're as dumb as shit.
Yeah. Like the only like context that I have is I remember like going into a friend's house after school one day and like he had it. We played it together, and I was like I don't remember much. We started like I just have like very small memories of that game. You know, that I remember like that's the only time I ever played it. So like even like my best friend Justin, like who, like a gigantic Resident Evil fan, like even I don't think he ever even played those games. So I wonder. I'm curious if like they find a way to tie all that shit together as well. But I don't know. But like I said, I'm a huge fan of these, so I'm looking forward to more of these. So and it makes sense. And I'm you know like I said, I'm curious what they do afterwards. Next up here, Gables, though, kind of a fun little teaser going on. So we had Xbox put out a like just kind of like a promotional trailer on their YouTube channel. Well, I believe PlayStation put it up too for Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox. Oh man, that's like the 26th. That's coming up pretty quickly. But yeah. So they put out a trailer for that. Like looked like just like here comes the boom. Like they're like all right, it's a fun little trailer. But then the last like little 5-6 seconds happened. A little saxophone comes in place. They show a town and a pod dropping into a town. It doesn't look like anything we've seen in Helldivers games before. That saxophone doesn't sound like what we're used to hearing in Helldivers Gables. People start putting together. Some people like, oh, this town looks like something out of this other game that we might have seen. That saxophone sounds like a song from like the little few seconds I played. Sounds like a song from a little game called Halo ODST.
Oh my god. Oh Lord. If they tie in Halo ODST, I mean, that would be fucking amazing. But only if you're able to get the voice acting staff that
Nathan
brought the creations like those characters and stuff from ODST. Like if you don't have Nathan Fillion inside that goddamn thing, I mean, seriously, what the fuck are you doing with an ODST? So,
yeah, I mean,
if it's true.
Yeah, the voices are pretty generic, like in the game, so I don't know if they will. That'd be awesome if they did. Yeah, but I think this would be one of those cases though, like where everybody's just gonna play as fucking as ODST though in that game if that happens. I do hope it's like in one of those cases like where like you can play it, like you can buy those like the Halo characters on PlayStation. I assume you would be able to because like I don't know how it worked on, because I've only ever played like Fortnite on PlayStation, but like they've had like Xbox characters and they've had PlayStation characters and stuff in the game,
Yes.
and but I don't know if like you've ever been able to like could I have bought Kratos on an Xbox for Fortnite, or could I have bought like you can see Master Chief, playing on
Yes.
PlayStation 5, Fortnite on PlayStation 5, like you can see him
Right.
on there.
Right.
But I don't know if you were able to buy them on a PlayStation console. I think you got to buy it on an Xbox. I don't, like I said, I could be wrong on that. I don't know for sure. I'm hoping though, like it's something I don't like. I own it on PS5. I really don't want to have to like, like I'm not going to, but like that would suck if like you had to buy it on Xbox to then buy like, a Halo skin or something for it. It is funny though, Gables, that all these years later, like they put the Killzone skins and weapons and stuff in Helldivers 2 like last year. It would be funny that that game that was originally made to be the Halo killer, after all these years, now they're both together in the same game. That'd be really funny. And it's like you're playing, like imagine playing like as a Killzone character, Killzone skin on an Xbox while playing against somebody that's using a Halo skin on PlayStation. Just a crazy world. It's just crazy, Gables, where we are in video games nowadays. Like all these years later, and it's like anything is possible. So I don't know. I hope it's the case. And oh man, like Gables, I kind of just want to play Halo again.
Yeah. I know, man. I'm getting that craving too, and I haven't played through any of the Halo games since 2020.
Yeah.
I know because I did that. It's hard to believe this though, but like 5 years ago, I played through like every single freaking Halo game I got my hands on from the Master Chief Collection, and I just did a straight shot. I just did a straight shot. Just played those campaigns through from beginning to end and stuff. I think it was in anticipation for like Halo Infinite that was going to be coming out too.
Yeah.
Or something. I think that was like a couple of years later, the Halo Infinite release. I think it was like 2022, 2023.
No, it's 2020.
Oh, 2020. Okay.
No.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was 2021. 2021. Yeah.
It was 2021. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, because I remember I did something similar like around that. I think I did it in 2020 because like, maybe I did 2019 because I thought it was coming in 2020. But I played through 3 and 4 in the lead up to because like I think I've beaten every Halo except for 2 in ODST. So,
what's funny? That was like me when I started off. Only you had 2 ODST and like frigging 4 and then 5 and stuff. But yeah, that was the thing. When I did my playthrough and stuff, I did beat Halo 2 for the first time, which that's insane to me because I've beat and played through like 1 and 3. So I just never did the middle chapter stuff. And honestly, Halo 2 and then Halo 3 ODST, those were some fantastic games.
Yeah.
Absolutely. ODST is like one of my favorites from initial thing. I mean, I had it for the 360. I never finished that. But I finished it on my series, my Xbox One, I think back when. So
yeah.
it's
yeah, it's funny because like I remember playing, like I didn't have an Xbox for very long back like when it first came out. Like I remember playing through Halo 1 years like like still during that generation, but it was like towards the end of the generation.
Yeah.
And like playing through that the original one, and that's the only time I ever beat it. And then like Halo 2, it's funny because like Halo 2 is the one I played the most of like any Halo game, but it's just like all I ever did was like I had a lot of friends back then that like still to this day I have a couple of friends that still to this day like they don't own PlayStations, they just own Xboxes, because they had the original Xbox, back in the day playing Halo and all that, and like in like battle I remember like one of my good friends Tim like playing Battlefield 2 for like years, even like going into even to like the 360 generation still playing that game regularly. But anyways, it's like I played a ton of Halo 2 multiplayer, like split screen stuff like that, just because of like friends, stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever touched the campaign of that one. So it's like I should like did they do a remaster for that one? I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they? With the Master Chief Collection?
Remaster for Halo 2? No, they did like a remaster of Halo 1.
Yeah,
like
I thought they did
Halo 2. No,
I thought they did for the Master Chief Collection. Oh, okay, like. Because like I don't know, like after seeing all this, I'm like man, I'm kind of jonesing to like, not right now because there's the I got a game I'm playing right now, and then there's a lot of stuff coming in the next few weeks I want to be playing new stuff, or kind of new stuff. but the next few weeks. But I don't know. It just kind of got me jonesing again to play through, play through like Halo. Maybe at least I should check out ODST. But yeah, I don't know. It's just cool. It's like it's just a different time nowadays. Obviously, like it's like only a matter of time. Like there's like the reports and the rumors after like next year we're gonna get like a Halo game of some sort next year, and it sounds like it's gonna be coming day one to PlayStation, which doesn't shock me. It's coming to PlayStation. It maybe a little bit that's coming day if it does come day one, but I don't know. I mean, it's just the era we're in nowadays. I mean, like I said, Gears of War is coming to PlayStation. Like I think in like a week and a half.
Sooner or later, Halo's going to be coming to PlayStation 2 because I mean, PlayStation,
Yeah.
it's just that last franchise that has not been like multi-platform stuff, really, for the big IPs for Microsoft.
That's how like Fable, I guess. Like, but I guess that'll probably come in next year. But yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, it's just cool. Man, I'm actually excited because like this kind of sucks because it's coming out. It literally comes at the same day as Gears of War is coming. Reloaded is coming, and also the same day that Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater comes out. Because it's like, man, I would love to jump back into Helldivers 2, and play through that. It'd be kind of fun too. What's up with maybe a fresh new, some new people out there to play with as well, and then I don't know, man, jump in, maybe get a Halo skin out there. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll be down for that. But all right, Gables, moving on to another topic. We're gonna jump over to Nintendo here, Gables. And I sent this to you.
Okay.
One of my favorite things to do, Gables, is to like just send you the new game that drops for NSO. Just send you the YouTube link and just get your reaction to when it happens. Like that's like you freaking out about Mario Paint a couple weeks ago. And then I sent you the one for the Gables. We're 2 months into the Switch 2 coming out. That means we're 2 months into GameCube being on NSO. And Gables, when 2 months into it, we're already on Chibi Robo. We're coming to fucking GameCube for the NSO. How fast we've fallen. I think you said, what was it? This might be the most disappointing NSO drop yet.
Yeah, I did say that because for God's sake, it's like out of the myriad of GameCube games that could have went through and dropped, and then once they've initially teased and what could initially be rumored to come out and stuff, they go through and do an update for probably one of the most mundane, like just middle of the road Nintendo games that they put out before the GameCube was dead, pretty much. I mean, the GameCube came and went and stuff. It had a lot of great games on it, especially first party Nintendo stuff. But towards the tail end of that, before the Wii and stuff, there was hardly anything because games that were supposed to be coming on there, the late, like the Kirby game that eventually turned into Return to Dreamland and stuff like that for Wii, that was canceled initially, and that was reworked, reproject and stuff. And then there was no other like type of major Mario or like no one thought like major Mario games, and the Zelda game like Twilight Princess wouldn't even do until like very late until like the Wii's launch day and stuff. And so the tide us over, you had games like Chibi Robo, which, you know what, it is what it is. You know, you have a little robot, you plug him into a little outlet stuff. He's supposed to be doing these little tasks and this and that and stuff. But at the same time, commercially, when that game came out, it really just had like kind of middling kind of review scores and stuff, and mostly because it was just sort of a little bit boring in that aspect. Now, granted, guys, listening in, watching in and stuff, I've never played Chibi Robo for myself, and I do want to at least play just to give it a shot in that core aspect of it. But when I look at this type of announcement here from Nintendo for their Switch Online stuff, why the hell would I want to watch the little drops? Like, oh, it's Chibi Robo. Hey, it's coming this and coming that and stuff. Well, you could do Pokemon Coliseum. You could do Pokemon XD stuff, which you know next to nothing about. You could do Fire Emblem Path of Radiance or other things like that.
Smash. Multiple Mario Party games.
Oh, yeah. Smash, multiple Mario Party
Twilight
games.
Princess.
I mean, it's there. I mean, the list of games that they could put out for this GameCube service is there. And I've never understood Nintendo to drip feed things. Even as far back as when they did the Wii Virtual Console stuff, every single Monday, there would be at least select 1 to like 3, maybe 4 games. And they've done this now for like close to 20 years, where they've drip feed I'm not joking either, man. And it's so funny to think about it. But Nintendo has been drip feeding their catalog of games across now four different systems: the Wii, the Wii U, the Switch, and now the Switch 2 in
And
various forms.
3DS as well.
Well, 3DS as well. Yes, you're correct on that one. So yeah, the 3DS as well. So you have like five different systems across nearly 20 years. Doesn't matter what type of service they do, virtual console or NSO or whatever the hell. It's still, the fact is they drip feed the content and they end up pissing off a lot of their fan base because it is so fucking slow.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
it's not even like they're
it's
dripping at us though. Like, sorry to cut you off, but it's just like it's not even like it's just like what we're getting drip fed to us.
oh my god. And not just that, I remember making jokes to friends like online, like Nintendo message boards way back when, dude, where it's like fucking Nintendo, like with a manatee ball tank, from that South Park
Oh
episode, to
yeah,
where the manatee picks a ball and stuff like that and stuff and puts it inside the tube. And it was so funny. It's like, I think I literally did that little meme or something. I just did like little names and stuff like that for different games that would pop
yeah,
on. I was like, okay, here's Earthbound. Here's like here's like
yeah,
Mother 3. Here's like this and that. And the manatee ball thing's like, okay, we're gonna pick some random like thing. We're gonna Urban Champions, and it's
yes,
it's
yeah. Urban Champions is the perfect analogy for this. Yeah, it's just like it is like the most random, like some random fucking Japanese game you never heard of. Yeah, it's just like yeah, man. I just get like it's like all right, they announced like 6 games or 7 games that are coming later. Um,
Yep.
and it's just wild to me though. Like we're like 2 months in and we're already at the shipping Robo. It's like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
wild to me. Like we're here already. Like there's so many better like first party games. Like this is like a game you just kind of crapped out. Like it is like the classic last year of a Nintendo console game to come out. Like and it's like man, we're 2 months in, and this like we're already here. Like there are so many more exciting games that you could put out. Gables, I gotta tell you something. I haven't told you this yet.
What?
I upgraded to the expansion pack,
Oh, you updated the expansion pack. Cool.
and
Cool.
I'm
So
really
now you're
upset.
getting access.
I literally haven't even. I don't even think I've even played a GameCube thing. I just got a little excited. I think it was like around the Pokemon Presents, and I was like, "Oh man,
Yes.
they're gonna drop that Pokemon Coliseum or XD or whatever this week." And then I I bought it for that, and it didn't happen. So that's where we're at, Gables. I fought the
Oh
power
my
for
god,
like
dude.
5 years about going to the expansion pack, and I broke, and then we had like the shittiest Pokemon Presents ever. So I don't know. It's just like, god damn it, what are we doing? Like I haven't played Chibi Robo either. It's just like, I don't know. Yeah, okay. It's just like, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? I remember even like back in the day with like Nintendo Power, where like the reviews came out for it. I think it was even like an 8 on there, which when Nintendo Power gives their own game an 8, that's really like a 6, So yeah, it's pretty frustrating. That's really upsetting. But all right, Gibbles walked away, so and I have to pee, and I don't know what he's doing. But we're gonna take a little break here, and then when we come back, we'll move on. But I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, and we are back. All right, Gibbles, let's move on to our next topic here. We're gonna stick with Nintendo here. Kind of, I don't know. I guess I don't know what to expect here. What we should expect in this one, Gables. So Dragon Drive came out, I believe yesterday as of recording this. And currently in OpenCritic, Gables, it is a 61.
Well, I can't really say I'm too surprised with the reviews upon it. I mean, the whole test beta stuff for that initial game, I think that came out, there wasn't like a lot of like say positive things coming out of that. But even so, I mean, I haven't really like seen any other types of like gameplay footage of it since
Yeah.
its launch or something, or any people like playing it. But the concept, about it doesn't make me too surprised that it's just like the standard gameplay stuff and not too much of anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's crazy to think this might. I wonder like this has to be like one of the lowest reviewed Nintendo first party games in a long time. I don't know. I
Oh,
can't
it's like Wii Music.
like I was like was that Metroid Federation Force or like
Oh yeah.
Codename Steam, like some of those like I mean there were some pretty bad years in like that 2014 2015 era, but like, yeah, It's great. Like, but even when you look at those games though, like there's like Nintendo charm to those that lead. Like there's an identity to them a little bit, and like this just looks
Yes.
like totally like blah, and like it's just this looks like something like almost like a asset flip game you would expect to see like someone like hawk it on like a Steam like on Steam or the eShop or whatever for like $2 and like not like a Nintendo game. And it's just I don't know. It's crazy to think it's like I mean once again we talk about Chibi Robo 2 months in we're already getting Chibi Robo. 2 months in we're already getting Dragon Draft. It's like my God. Like I understand like long like you know at the end of the generation like, when we look back at the end of this generation, where we'll probably never even discuss Dragon Drive. But it's just like
Right.
right here now in this moment, it's just like, huh, you know, it's just like, man, this is what we're getting already. It's like, and now it's like, all right, what's next? I don't know. It's just, I can't believe like, it's yeah, I don't know. Like it was funny, like even like during people were playing like at like preview events for Switch 2, like you kept hearing from people, it's like, God, the first time you played it's like, oh, it's pretty fun. I like it. And then you hear people like they went and played it a second time. It's like, yeah, no, I'm over it. Like that's kind of been the case for this thing. I mean, it maybe like I don't know, like just seeing the game play for itself, but then like the way they just like announced the date and everything, like on the Today app, the Nintendo Today app, and then they just like quietly talk about like the little beta thing, whatever you want to call it, last week, and it's just like honestly, you heard like not so great things. Gables. I heard nothing, and I thought I'm like, I remember like even like during the Wii U era when Splatoon happened, and it was like went from like no one really like a lot of people were like I don't know how I feel about this like playing that like Splatoon Splat event on the Wii U, and I was like that game like it totally changed the narrative on it, and it blew up. That like the excitement around that thing felt, and then I'll see Nintendo push a lot harder. But it was just like yeah, it's just kind of like you think of like that. I mean, literally a decade apart between that first like Splat event and this, and it's like wow. Okay, it's like I don't know. It's like
Wow.
they knew um, that this was gonna be shit. So
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny to think about though. But I did a little check like for the lowest rated first party Nintendo game in terms of that, and it's something that it's like quite obvious that I didn't even think about. It's Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
that. What that was?
on
Oh man,
OpenCritic it has a rating of 48.
Jesus, that might be
Yeah,
too nice. Yeah,
that's actually is too nice. There's a lot of 5 out of 10s. There's like avoid stuff. It's like 21 critic reviews. I think the lowest rated score is let me see. So the lowest rated score other than like avoid, it's like 2 out of 10.
yeah,
And that was from like Game Central back when in
yeah.
2015.
Jesus, yeah, I totally forgot about that game. So I thought you were gonna say world tour or fuck that's which whatever what's that game? Welcome tour, what the fuck it's called. Um, so I mean, I wonder what the review scores
Oh
are for that
god,
one.
yeah, that one game for that
The
they
launch
just
game.
randomly dropped or something like that, and like it also wasn't that great.
Yeah, the other.
Everybody's 1-2 switch.
Yeah, the other. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Nintendo. What was it called? Welcome tour.
Well, welcome tour.
I'm on
Let's see.
Open Critic here. Nintendo Switch 2. It's 61, so same score. Man, what a shitty like launch from Nintendo Switch 2. We're like 2 months in, we have two of the lowest scored Nintendo first party games ever. Oh wow.
Oh, I know, right? Gives them the lowest rated freaking like Nintendo stuff in general.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But in the grand scheme of things, freaking Wii Fit U had a higher rating than goddamn like.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Man, we're in dark times right now.
I know, right? I mean, granted, Nintendo wants to do their launch stuff. They want to have some great games available, which there are like a few great games that are available. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza being the biggest one. Then you have like friggin' third-party content, unless you're playing on another platform or something. But Mario Kart was good, but honestly, it was more or less like the introductory game that was going to get you to eventually play Bonanza,
yeah.
quintessentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, even so, that's still disappointing. I mean, Dragon Drive, even from the offset of when it was revealed, I wasn't expecting a lot coming from this thing, but at least make it like a fun experience to
Yeah.
where people are going to be wanting to go and play it, besides like maybe an hour and that's it.
Yeah. yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's not even a great like tool to like show off like your the mouse mechanics, and then it's just like artistically like the design of it. It's just kind of like lack of effort. It's like I'm curious like how much time this team actually had to like. It's like, oh, we have this cool mechanic. All right, well we need to have this thing to show it off. It's like, all right, well the thing comes out in 6 months. I don't know. There's like throw some people together and make this, and this is kind of what we got out of it. So I don't know, Gables. Weird times. But let's move on to some other news this week here. PS5 has passed 80 million consoles sold, which is pretty good. I mean, I talk about all the time, Gables. Like, I think there's only ever been 4 consoles that have ever passed the 100 million mark. PS2, PS4, Wii, and Switch. So, yeah, home consoles wise. So, yeah, I mean, 80 million isn't. I mean, it's great. We talk about how like, I mean, obviously, yeah, there's a lot of issues with this generation, as far as people not buying, the big games and people not buying consoles like they used to. But it is like, I don't know, like if there's a decent chance this PS5 is going to break 100 million, and I mean that's rarefied air. There's been a lot of consoles that have come out over the last 30 years, 40 years, and it's like,
right,
like I said, only a handful have actually passed 100 million. So I don't know. It's just I thought it was kind of a cool little update there. And Gibbles, did you hear about the report and the rumors of the next Super Mario Brothers movie? Who's gonna play the voice of Yoshi?
No, I haven't heard that report.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I get to break the news to you on the podcast.
Okay, I guess you are. So who's going to be playing Yoshi?
Travis Kelce.
God, no. Are we serious with this shit?
Yes.
My God, what the fuck did Miyamoto do? Just go and sit down and watch the Super Bowls? Like, yeah, that dude right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have him voice Yoshi.
Yeah. How you feeling, Gables?
I mean, it kind of makes sense. He kind of reduced the quality of some of his football play the last couple of years. So of course he's gonna try to do something different.
He had 96 catches last year. He's still doing pretty good. He's like 7th in receptions. So are you mentally okay, Gables?
Am I mentally what? You just cut off a little bit right there.
Are you mentally okay with this?
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. It wouldn't have been my first choice, but at the same time, it was.
At what point would you be like, okay, Travis Kelce? How many people would have to be before?
Oh, I think about. I want to say maybe 15 other different people.
15?
I mean, at least have someone that.
I thought you were gonna say like 7 billion.
No, not 7 billion and stuff like that. But at the same point, at least I give it a chance. Like with some other actors, I think would be probably a funnier type of role or something like that for Yoshi. But but Travis Kelce, yeah, fuck, dude. I mean,
and okay, Gables, I gotta tell you the other thing here.
What's
Do you
up?
know who's so the other rumors have for Daisy?
Don't. No.
Gables.
No. God, no.
One of my all-time faves. No joke. Taylor Swift.
I think I may have just had a little bit of like a mental kind of PTSD flash in my head from the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Gables, do you want to know who's going to play Rosalina?
No.
You don't want to know?
Well, I don't know who's going to be playing it, but I want to know.
Okay. Roseanne Barr.
Oh my God! I hope you're just shitting with me with all this.
I am, Gables. All these were a lie. I'm lying to you.
Roseanne Barr thing was pretty obvious, but I'm thinking like, okay, Travis Kelce, fucking Taylor Swift. Of course, you're gonna name those two fucking things.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just fucking with you. I just had to fuck with you on those Gables. I was putting it together. I'm like, oh man, what would hurt Gables the most? Travis Kelce is Yoshi. Oh man. All right. Well, I didn't think you believe me on that one. So, all right, cool. I went further than I thought. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I felt good.
Well, you know what? You think about it from my perspective here. You know how they introduce these different voice actors or something like that, and like they're just completely out of left field. Like with Charlie Day and like freaking like Seth Rogen and like freaking
Chris Pratt. He's so cool.
Chris Pratt and stuff.
Gables, is it gonna painfully hurt you at the next direct when like Miyamoto comes out and announces Travis Kelce as Yoshi, and he says he's so cool? I think
Of
that
course,
might
I'd be
actually.
disappointed, but at the same time, I think I wouldn't be like just I don't know tipping over tea tables or something like that.
I want recordings of Gables throwing a Switch 2 away. He would give up his fandom
Just
forever.
chucking across the world and just hitting Miyamoto in the head with a fucking switch too.
Yeah,
Like, it's like, how the fuck did this come here?
yeah.
Just
you,
gradually sitting at his tea table, just sipping it all of a sudden.
you throw your Switch 2 Pro controller and it hits Bill Trennan's plane and it crashes. Well, last thing, Gables. Black Ops
Yeah.
7 is coming out November 14th. So
Okay.
yeah, and it
So
will
they
not be
finally
coming.
got the release date.
Yeah,
Was that?
and as of right now, will not be coming to Switch 2 at launch. Maybe don't
That's
know if it's coming to Switch 2 at all. At least this first one, but I mean
huh.
they are contractually obligated to bring Call of Duty to Switch eventually. So
Yeah. I guess it was just too late to go through and do it for this year's iteration or something with it. But at the same time, man, it's like I know they're contractually obligated to put like Call of Duty on the Switch 2 and stuff. I'm just really surprised they didn't like have it for like this coming year and stuff.
well, we've heard like a lot of rumors and reports about like Nintendo was like very strict on who they gave it out to ahead of time, and they've only recently been giving it out to other people. So I'm wondering if like Xbox was very late into the process of getting a Switch 2 to like actually like develop for. So
Yeah, that may
development
make a
kits.
lot of sense. It wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden, like halfway through this initial, like at least 6 months after the launch of it, all of a sudden you're gonna have like Black Ops 7 on Switch
Yeah,
2.
yeah. If anything, I wouldn't be shocked if like probably maybe the next year's or something like that. We'll just kick it off with that one, or at least put Warzone on there or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But all right, Gables. I think it's gonna wrap it up for news. Let's jump into what we've been playing, Gables. I'm gonna let you go first, buddy.
All right, though. So there's a couple of different games I did play this past week, and a couple of which is fairly surprising. One of which is a continuation of a PS2 game that I did started playing, but I actually went through and finished it, and that was Timesplitters.
Hmm.
Timesplitters, the old 2000s like PS2 game and stuff. You could download it through the PSN, like the PlayStation Plus game catalog and stuff on the PS5. And I decided just to do that because of a couple of reasons. One, I remember the Time Splitter games way back when being like a cult classic series. You know, they had some great games and stuff, especially with 2 and Future Perfect and stuff. And on top of that, Free Radical and stuff, it was composed of people that were responsible for making GoldenEye and stuff for the N64. And so you had that type of mentality and stuff, and a lot of the different types of weapon styles and stuff that they were known for using for the 007 and Perfect Dark games. Here it is in full force and stuff for Time Splitters. And I gotta admit though, I really did enjoy my time playing this more so. Now, granted, there were some little bit of like modern kind of improvements to it, like say I could do the dual analog, like the dual analog six and stuff like that to move around and aim and stuff like that, which it makes it fun. It instantly turns whenever like developers do that with a remake of like different first person shooter games from way back like in the 90s or like in the early 2000s, you put the modern stick controls and stuff, and it just feels 100% better to play for me. But I love the different level styles. I think I touched upon this previously to where it's kind of like every level is kind of like the same what it starts off with. It's you go to explore, pick up the mission item and stuff, and have to escape through like a checkpoint, like a designated finish point, which is like a red circle. I will say though, like a couple of my favorite stages, there was this one like futuristic stage and stuff that you basically had to navigate throughout this whole. It looked like this futuristic building, right? And so you're taking out a lot of these different like bug, like mantis aliens and this and that and stuff. And then when you finally go and you pick up the thing and stuff, you have to travel all the way to like the final initial portion of this level, right? And this is like the final level of the game and stuff. This is like what 25-year-old game at this point and stuff. You go and you go to the freaking rocket ship and stuff, and you all of a sudden you get just shoot off into space and like the credits go off and stuff. But like subtly, the story inside of this game starts to make more sense to where I feel like, okay, well, they're just doing random points in time and stuff. You get a chance to choose between like a male or a female character or something, and then just complete different things. only to learn and find out, is like they're trying to travel back in time and stuff, trying to prevent like the invasion of like an alien race or something for like humanity and stuff, and then all of a sudden you are just thrust in different time periods and stuff, like 2000, like even like back for like say like the 1950s or something like that. I'm just saying, for example, or like the 1990s, or even like for the futuristic stuff like 2035 or this or that. Gameplay is very smooth. You're able to at least switch fairly fluidly with a bunch of different like weapons and stuff, from like like a standard sniper rifle or a pistol, or like different types of machine guns. I think one of my favorites is like one of the aliens guns and stuff, because they are fairly accurate in terms of their shots and stuff. But yeah, playing that game, it only took me like about, I want to say like a couple hours, like maybe three, maybe 2.5, 3 hours most, because I just set it on easy. I wanted to try to play through the initial thing to get like accustomed to stuff. If I really wanted to, I could play through on normal and hard. The levels themselves, they're not long. I mean, there's no map stuff, but at the same time, it's easy to go and retrace your steps to try to go to like a specific area. Like literally the size of one of their levels, like almost like an entire section of like a town instead of like a Assassin's Creed or something like that, or a Ubisoft sort of style game, to where you go to a specific town or something like that, or a specific level, and you just explore that initial area, and then you just go to a go to a finish point, and then you get your finish, you get your like points and stuff, and then you go on to the next one. But yeah, I went through the rest of Timesplitters, finished that up, and then one of the most out of right field games I decided to download and play because I just wanted to give it a shot was Parappa the Rapper 2. I know it sounds odd, but at the same time, I was craving a music rhythm game, and then I saw Parappa the Rapper 2, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I've never had a chance to play that. I tried out the original, like I think it was on PS3 or PS Vita or something, but the timing was off. With the input delay stuff was off, and I never could really like play it because it just felt like it was just a little bit off to me. Well, another type of instance of stuff is I played through the entirety of Unjammer Lammy, the PS1 game on like I think it was either the Vita or the PSP back around that time. And it was some fun, enjoyable stuff. And playing this game is such a trip because basically you're trying to save the world, like as Parappa and like as friends and stuff like that, prevent it from like everything in the world changing into noodles, because basically the whole plot of the story and stuff is like you have this dude and stuff that's like a disgruntled like a son to like this hamburger like maker and stuff like that. He was forced to eat all these different like hamburgers or something growing up, like multiple times a day, and he started hating eating hamburgers so much that he wanted to make just nothing but noodles. And then all of a sudden he just makes this device to where he changes everything into freaking noodles, like so people are trying to eat like hot dogs or trying to eat like the hamburgers or any type of meals, all of a sudden they instantly just change into noodles. And so it's like your journey as Parappa is you get to play against these different types of like key figures or something that are gonna like be like sort of like mentors or something like that for each individual battles and stuff. And then a lot of the jams and stuff are pretty fun. I mean, granted, the story is what it is. It's goofy. It could be a bit like cringe at some bits of times, but it's fairly charming in terms of its look and presentation. But I gotta admit, though, I mean, it's very catchy, like some bits of the music and stuff like that, especially when you get to this one stage and stuff to where like Parappa and his friends get shrunk down and stuff, and then he encounters this ant that's kind of like a peace-loving ant, and stuff like that. And so he's trying just to feel like a bunch of like just get like inspirational stuff to Parappa, but when him like Parappa and him is going to do a sing off and stuff, they just start growing and going up and down and stuff like that in the world and stuff, because one of their friends that never got like a shrunk or something, she keeps on pushing the freaking button, just increasing and decreasing. But yeah, man, it was a fairly enjoyable experience. It definitely tickled the itch of having a music rhythm game, because I don't know what it is, man. It's like I've played through different types of rhythm games from like the Final Fantasy Curtain Call from 3DS, like Persona 3 dancing game, the Persona 4 dancing game, Persona 5 dancing game, to where it's like I feel like I want to scratch that itch, but yet there isn't really anything I could think of available at the moment that I could try to play. And so basically, I just played through 2 games that were just ideal for me at the moment to where they're quick chunk games, right? I mean, that game, Parappa the Rappa 2, really lasted me for about, I would say 3 to 4 hours max. But at the same time, I felt like I accomplished something. I had a chance to experience the entirety of what that game was and stuff, and I did enjoy bits and pieces of it. But the last game I did have a chance to play, which I made mention earlier on in the show, is I did play a little bit of Resident Evil Zero. Now, I bought this on PS5 a long while ago, but I never got around to trying to start it up again. And granted, playing this game now, it's not as hard in terms of control stuff because it has that feature to where you can switch between the original control style or just basically do like the dual analog type of style to where it's less like controlling a tank and it's more like controlling an actual, you can actually get them to the directions you want them to go to and stuff. Now, granted, like the old school tank controls, you do have to like point up or point down and shoot at something and stuff. And some of the fire buttons or like the shoot a weapon or something, it's still kind of like a weird button placement. But I'm still on that opening portion, like with the train and stuff, and I just encountered Billy for the first time and stuff, and we're just traveling together, like through this cars and stuff, because we just survived this whole initial thing to where you have this dude that just summons a whole bunch of like leeches or something like that, and infests the train and stuff, and kills all the passengers and all this other stuff. And that whole scene, I remember that vividly from like the GameCube version when I played little bits of that back then. Yeah, it's a fairly memorable scene, but one of the reasons why back then I didn't play Resident Evil Zero a lot is because there is another core mechanic in this game that I really couldn't get myself used to, and it just troubled me never to come back to the game, and that was controlling the two characters and switching back and forth between because focusing on one character enough in a Resident Evil game is kind of hard enough and stuff. But if you have like two different characters, so you're trying to switch between and stuff like that and control and do different puzzles, it can be a little bit more complicated. But yeah, this time around though, it didn't seem too bad. It seemed like it was a little bit more like enjoyable in some aspects of it. But trying to keep in mind if I do decide to play a little bit more Resident Evil, I gotta really watch and maintain my ammo because and anytime these old Resident Evil games way back when and stuff, you had to conserve your ammo because there were possibilities you may not find any ammo towards the near the end of the boss fights in the final portion of the games. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing for this past week. I know there's going to be some more stuff I'm going to be delving into for the start of this week, but I just need to look at my PS5 or look at my Switch 2 or wherever and just focus on one thing. But other than that, what have you been playing?
Just a little bit of I talked about last week. I did get Mafia The Old Country.
Yes.
I've only it's been a busy week, so I've not been able to delve into as much as I wanted to. I've only played the first couple hours of it so far, but like I said, I've done a little bit. I've done the tutorial and like a little bit after that.
Yes.
And I mean, like I said, it's early on, but I'm liking it quite a bit. Like I'm not like the big like I love like the Godfather 1 and 2 and stuff like that, and but like in like Goodfellas and stuff like that. But like I'm not like Mafia stuff is not usually something I'm super into. I've only really played Mafia 3 back in the day. Um, so it's kind of my first real dive into the franchise, at least of like kind of like I don't think 3 has anything to do with the first two games. This is like a prequel to like the first two, from what I understand. But yeah, like so far I'm liking it quite a bit. Like it is definitely, pretty a linear game, pretty on rails as far as like there's like not a lot of exploring to do, stuff like that. But it's just it honestly so far from what I've done. Like you just go through the tutorial section, like you're going through the mines, like you play as kind of like you're almost like a slave, essentially like paying off a debt, like working in these mines and like working in terrible conditions and shit like that. and it like leads to you like eventually leads to you like escaping from this and like getting tied into like with a different like a different family. And like I had like a kind of like that like a knife fight. Almost remember like the Uncharted 4 final boss fight where you're having the sword fight, in the
Yep.
boat. This is kind of like that, but it's a knife fight, so you're like in a circle, So it's pretty similar to that. I've had like a little bit of like stealth and stuff like that. It honestly reminds me, and I mean this in a very positive way. It reminds me of playing like a game like out of like 10, 15 years ago, of like, and I mean that like a modern day game of that, like just like you think of like the original like Uncharted, or you think of like like games like that. It just reminds me of something like that, and it's like kind of like a bygone era of like games I miss from like it's like as we get like we talk all the time, like these games just get bigger and bigger and longer, and it's just like the older I get, it's like the more I just appreciate like a nice like 10-hour game, especially because like sometimes like I get these games, I look forward to them coming out, but then I'm like, it's like you get to like I think of like all these games coming out, and it's like, oh my god, like they have like these 3 games coming like in the next like a month, and it's like, my god, like these are all going to take me like 30-40 hours each. It's like, holy shit, it's like it's like I just miss that era of like like a nice 10-12 hour game. Like even like some games like that come out nowadays are like games I like quite a bit that were like 25. Like I remember like I think it was like Stellar Blade last year I played through, and like I beat that. It took me like 25 hours to beat, and I was almost like appreciative of the fact that it was only 25 hours. Like that's what we've come to. It's like, man, it was only 20 hours. That's great. It's like, I don't know. I just like yeah, like I said, and it's only $50
Yeah,
too, so
man.
it's a little cheaper. So
It is pretty funny, like way back when we would akin like say 20 to 25 hours or something for a video game as something like say for an RPG, because that's where the average RPGs would pretty much have like for finish time, give or
mm,
take, finishing and grinding different parties or different like quests or whatsoever. But that's kind of like more how I would have like attributed like 25 or so hours way back when, to where now it's like the average time for like even going through a game is like anywhere between 40 to 60 hours, and it's kind of ridiculous.
yeah, or it's like we're at the point now where like I used this example before. Remember like when Spider-Man 2 came out a few years ago, and people were talking about you can platinum in it like about 30 hours, and people were complaining about that, and I'm like, my god, I was almost like rating it higher because of the fact like you can play this game in only 30 hours. Like this is fantastic. Like or like even like Miles Morales, like that game was like I think like you can mainline that game in like 5 hours, and like even if you wanted to do everything, it was like 15-20 hours. It's like I just wish like I've saying over and over again. Like I look at like I want more of these games, like more like like we like Lost Legacy, Miles Morales, stuff like that. It's like I think about like you think of like that PS3 360 era, early PS4 Xbox One era of like you don't get a handful of like these major RPGs or big games a year. Like the Fallouts, the Assassin's Creeds, the Mass Effect, stuff like that. But then the majority of the other games you're playing were like they were the 10 to 15 hour campaigns.
Right.
So it's just I don't know. It's just like it's crazy now. It's like how crazy things have gotten with that too. So I mean obviously game development and games nowadays is totally different from what it was 10 15 years ago, but it's like I don't know, I just as like someone growing up and like obviously and getting older, and it's just like when it's like I just want to play a game, it's just like when I want to put like much like I love a game like Clear Obscure, like I love that game and I put like 40 hours into it. I damn near did everything in that game, but it's like I had to like to beat that game in just a few weeks. I had to like basically give up my entire weekend like for like 3 weeks straight to be able to finish that game, in like in a month. It's like I had to play like all day, pretty much the majority of my days off, to just do that. So it's just like I don't know. It's just nice to like I'm gonna have this game to jump into. And I was very busy today. I was hoping to like sit down and play a bunch of it today, but I did some dog sitting and stuff like that, so I really wasn't home most of the day. I'm gonna try to play some tomorrow. We'll try to get some hours in during the week, and then hopefully wrapped up by the time we record next week. Because like I said, week after that we have like Metal Gear Solid Delta is coming out and stuff like that. So it was like and we start getting to like it's crazy to think, Gables, we're getting pretty close to like not only football season, but like a lot of big games coming out in the next
Yes.
month or so. So and then plus I got Death Stranding 2 I've been holding on to play. So I have a lot to play here. So I don't know. Like I said, I've only played a couple hours of it. I like it a lot. I know I spent more time talking about how much I enjoy the idea of this game more than the game so far. But I don't know. I just hope that the game is reviewed pretty well. You know, $50 price point, and like I've liked what I played so far. And if like it wraps up and I end up like really liking it, I'm like, man, I hope this game like sells well enough, and it's like maybe I don't know, maybe it'll open up the eyeballs to some people. It's like maybe we should do more of these. I don't know. But anyways, if you guys like the show, like what we're doing, please like, follow, subscribe, check us out and everything. We are on every podcast service. We are on YouTube. If you want to go to YouTube, we do have a membership. It's just $1 a month if you want to support us that way. If not, like, hey, just likes, thumbs ups, 5-star reviews, comments, shares, subscriptions, whatever, subscribing to us and all those other places would be really appreciative. But I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables. So until next time, everyone, thank you for listening to another fun-filled episode of the Drunk-Nerds Podcast.
Hey, Gables. Too sweet.
Too sweet, man.
Bye, guys.
See ya.